Let's start off with end behavior. What's the degree?
3.
Degree is 3. Therefore, we're looking at something that's odd. Not only that, but the leading coefficient. Leading coefficient is 1,
Yep.
which means it's positive. If you go back to, if you look at your pictures, if you are an odd function, but you're positive, your end behavior will be in the first and third quadrants. Now, if I start my sketch, I know I'm going to end up this way and end up this way, somehow. Let's try to figure out something in between there. If we use a y-intercept, that might be helpful. Let me draw a little t-chart. What would be your x-coordinate if we're looking for a y-intercept? 0. Remember in quadratic equations when you had to find the y-intercept, it was typically 0c, 0 or the constant term. So if you plugged a 0 into that function, what's going to spit out? It's going to spit out -1. Let's put that in our picture. 0, -1 is definitely a point. And maybe let's get one more point somewhere there. Pick some number that you can immediately plug in that you don't have to use a calculator for. My suggestion, 1. Plug in a 1. Let's plot that point. 1, -3. In the first and third quadrants. So watch how it goes. We're just going to sketch this. I know I have to go through that point, and I know I have to end up there. End behavior. I need the degree and leading coefficient, a sub n. So I know I'm going to be even, and I'm negative. So if I'm even, I'm either both up or both down. And since I'm negative, I know I have to be both down. So if I start my sketch, somehow I got to look like that. In the end, we start our t-chart. Let's just get a couple points. We'll get the y-intercept by plugging in 0. And then let's plug in 1 since we can do that more in our heads. You can plug in any number you want. You could plug in 7 different x-coordinates and get a nice curve. That's fine. But I don't want to do all that work. Plug in a 0, what do you get? Let's plot that point. Let's see, plug in a 1, -1 minus 2 plus 2 plus 4. What do we got? Well, -1 minus 2 is -3. Plus 2 is -1. Plus 4, we're looking at a +2. Right? What?
-1 plus 4 is 3.
-1 plus 4 is 3. Yeah.
Did you bring our voice too?
Yep.
So you just
Think. Yes. Watch what happens. Let's say I try to go to that one first. You see how that looks? It's got to be a function. Remember that vertical line test? It's got to be a function. And notice how here it'll cross more than one spot. So we have to move left to right, hitting the points as I see them along the x-axis.